Hey everyone, this is Amanda, and in today's video I am going to give INFP fiction writers some really obnoxious writing advice, but really important advice. There's a reason why I'm starting with this, and the advice is to let go. So a lot of writers, when they show up at their writing desk or writing nook, wherever it may be, they are convinced that they are going to make the story do something. They are going to push it and pull it and craft it and construct it, and the story is going to come out exactly the way that they want it. Now, when they do this, they start realizing that the characters don't want to cooperate with them. The world building is running away, and the plot just will not stick to a nice, a nice formulaic, conform to genre conventions kind of plot. It wants to go all over the place. The characters are doing all kinds of things. They're disobeying you. Like I said, like the world building is just, it's like snowballing on you. You can't help going off into subplots. And anyway, and INFP writers especially, I think because we always have this idea that we are quote unquote doing it wrong, I think sometimes we can sit down and really bring this strongly to our writing, and what happens is we just shut off the energy. Like the flow just stops because we are so convinced that we are going to make this story do exactly what we want it to do. Now, so the antidote to this is to sit down and to let go. And I'm here to tell you right away that's certainly easier said than done, but it can be done, right? So when you're letting go of a story, the story comes to you. You let those characters say and do whatever they want. They may surprise you. My characters surprise me all the time. The plot, it goes where it wants to go. And that could be someplace, maybe you think it's like kind of boring. Maybe you think it's too excessive. Maybe it's like, who knows, maybe it's too explicit. Maybe it's like too fluffy. Like maybe you're worried like, oh, I can't write that. People will think that's cheesy or something like that. But yeah, the story comes to you. You don't push it, you don't pull it, you don't make it do what you want to do. You're simply, I like to think of it as kind of just receiving the story. And that way, you really are just the scribe. Like the story exists and it is flowing, and you simply write it down. And you're letting go of any of your own preconceived notions or agendas. And like just, one way to think about this is the story is in charge, not you. The story is in charge, not you. And that's perfectly fine. You don't have to be in charge of the story. You can just let it come, you write it down, and you get up and go about your day. So I did want to give like a little bit of optional homework here that would just be like, if you want to practice this idea, I think it would be a good idea to take something short, right? You don't want to do this with like a long piece of fiction if you're trying to practice. Sit down and write a short story. Like something that's, a few thousand words or less would be perfectly fine. And just practice letting that story come to you. And the great thing about, because it's short, because you're not like putting a whole lot of time, effort, or money into this, it's low stakes, right? So you can really just let things come and then like just see what you end up with at the end. Like if you just let the characters do whatever they want, right? It's like you're like the permissive parent. Like the story just does whatever it wants and you just let it. Okay? So, write your short story that way. Don't try to make it do anything. Just let it come, let the story come exactly as it wants to. And then at the end, just see what you have. Oh, and also too, don't put any publishing pressure on this. Like this is something that's just for an exercise. So you don't have to worry about like, oh, I've got to like show this to someone at the end. You could do that if that feels right, but you certainly don't have to. Yeah, so let that story just come, see what you end up with, and then kind of take stock of like how you felt about that. Did that feel good to you? Did it feel Easy? Did you have to fight yourself the whole time? You know, take a look and review and just see how that went for you. All right, that's it for this idea. I'll be back with some more tips for INFP writers. So if you like this video, hit the like button. If you have a question or you want to leave a comment, do so in the comments below. I will respond. And if you're interested in seeing more videos from me, subscribe to my channel. And the one last thing is, you may also want to subscribe to my 4 INFPs newsletter. I will have the link to that underneath the video. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I will be back with more.